Hey everyone on YouTube, how you guys doing? I thought I'd do this vid, hopefully it's a short one, on how I make symmetrical handles, if you will, or pommels. If you look here, what I've done is cut out the handle of this kukri, and I've got the customary handle, right? It's kind of a little bulb shape. And when I was doing it freehand, you can see that, and the camera's crooked, that it's cut in deeper here. This part here is narrower, this here is wider, it's a little higher up. And when I put my hand around it, this is actually very comfortable for a right-handed grip because the palm fits here and the fingers fit here, so it's actually perfect. This offset here actually feels very natural. But this is for right-handed. It's rather too heavy for a right-hander to hold it left-handed. It's really heavy kukri. So I need to level, even this out. So what I've done was attach a piece of wood to the tang, right? And I carved out the shape of this piece here. The next thing I'm going to do is take this piece of wood, flip it over, and then I'm going to use this piece of wood as my guide to cut this part here to make it equivalent to this one. Now I'm not saying that this is a perfect arc or perfect shape, but I'll take it. I like it. It's fair enough. It's fine, and as long as it's symmetrical, it's going to look beautiful. So fortunately, this is cut in deeper than this, so there's more to go in, and this here is narrower, so there's more to make. There's plenty of steel here to make narrower, and I think this one even extends further out than this. If I find out that this extends further, then what I will do is when I have this flipped over, right, this will be tucked inside. I will then cut the wood to match the protruding part over here, flip it back, and then trim this down. So I'm using this piece of wood as a guide, flipping it back and forth until my both halves are even. And by the way, I don't know if you can see with my breath, it is cold here in New Jersey. That's my breath. One more time. Guys, it is cold here. Let me just show you how much I love this, making knives. I don't have orders or anything. I'm making knives for myself. So I've got to love this hobby if I'm going to endure this cold just to make knives. Alright, enough of that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to grinding this. I'm just going to flip it over. Okay guys, so what I've done is I flipped the piece of wood over. Actually, I did was unscrew it and flip the knife, the kukri over to the other side, right? So I flipped it over, and this side here is fairly flush. And that's because I made this a very even taper. If this is the center line, right, where I put the drills, where I drill the holes, this is fairly centered between these two, tapered. It's a tapered kind of handle, wider here, narrower there. So this part here is almost perfectly flush, right? And if you look, there is more steel. Let's see if I could zoom in there. There's plenty of steel here to cut to match the shape of the wood. So I have to cut all this steel, hopefully without touching the wood, right? Cut all this steel, and therefore this is the same shape as the other side, and therefore this part will match the other. Pretty simple concept, right? Let me just show you this view here. All right, and you can see that the tang here is fairly close, if not perfectly even, with the wood. Okay. Alright guys, so as you can see, the two sides are fairly even now. So I thought you guys would think that was a useful tip, to use another piece of material as a guide to get half of it, and then you flip the tang over to get the other side. So use this to model this, flip it over, and then use this to model the bottom. Alright guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you guys are keeping yourselves warm. It's dark now, and now the temperature's getting even colder. Alright guys, have a good one. Take care.